Padres Radio Network. Coming up, we'll deliver a full recap of today's game, including highlights from the biggest moments. Listen to Craig Stammen's post-game comments. Plus, we'll bring you today's play of the game. From the Padres Radio Network, here's Sam Levitt.
Welcome into our Jamul Casino Resort Padres post-game show here on the Padres Radio Network. Final score today on this Saturday, the Padres 7 and the Marlins 2, as the Padres have won the first two games of this three-game series. Padres now have an opportunity to sweep this series tomorrow in Miami, end this road trip on a very, very high note, and we'll see if they can do that. But a very nice win here today as the Padres improve to 52-53. The Marlins lose an 11th consecutive game to match a franchise record. They also drop to below 500 at 52-53. A lot to do on our post-game coverage. We'll hear from Padres manager Craig Stammen coming up in a little bit. We have all the radio highlights for you and much, much more. As always, our post-game coverage brought to you by Jamul Casino Resort. A player with a top 100 spa, an epic rooftop pool, and Lux Hotel Suites. Jamul Casino Resort is the mini vacay you need, the Players' Place. Well, you might as well call them the bullpenning Padres, because that is what they have been the last couple of days. And before we get into what the offense did in this game, and it was a really, really productive offensive day, once again, for a second straight game, this was essentially a bullpen game for the Padres. Yesterday, we didn't know it going in. I mean, they kind of sprung it on us when they took out German Marquez at 37 pitches in the third inning. Today, you knew what it was going to be. You knew Randy Vasquez. You know, you didn't know, would he be a traditional opener? Would he go a few innings? Maybe his success would dictate that, but Randy ends up going 2 2/3 innings. Then J.P. Sears, and we'll talk plenty more about him. He ends up going 3 innings and a third. Yuki Matsui, a scoreless inning. Matt Waldron, 2 innings out of the pen. So again, for a second straight game yesterday, the Padres used 6 pitchers to get 27 outs. Today they used 4 pitchers to get 27 outs. And if you want to look at it this way and consider Vasquez and Sears a quote-unquote piggyback, well, those guys got through 6 innings, 1 run given up on 2 hits. So essentially the Padres created a quality start between Vasquez and Sears. So really, really nice job against what has been a really, really quiet Marlin offense. We've said it the last couple of days. This Miami offense, part of the reason they've dropped 11 in a row, they just don't score, and we've seen that on full display the first 2 games of this series. But make no mistake about it, the offense today for the Padres also very, very impactful. 7 runs on 11 hits. Ty France, what more can you say? 2 more hits, 3 more RBIs for Ty. Jackson Merrill had a big day. 3 hits and a couple of runs scored for Jackson Merrill. Another game where the Padres got a lot of contributions up and down their lineup. They also did a really good job tacking on in this game, a run in the 7th inning, 3 in the 8th inning, 1 in the 9th inning. And not only does that just put you in a better position to win, but it also meant that you could win a ball game without having to use Morahone and Miller, which, as we know, as of late has been a rarity. So all around, really, really nice win. One of the rare couple of wins the last 2 days, and Jesse and Tony alluded to this, where it felt like everything clicked together, right? Yesterday, a little bit different. It wasn't like the offense had a great day yesterday, but you got a big swing from Rengifo. More so today, a game where your offense performed really well. Your starting pitching, again, Vasquez did what he was asked to do, was fairly effective through 2 2/3 innings. And then your bullpen, Sears included, and you could, if you really want to, put Sears more in the starting pitching conversation. But I guess the overall point is your pitching and your offense in the same game did good things and helped you win a game. And as we know, on this road trip, that has not been the case a lot. And the Padres now will have an opportunity to finish this road trip at 500 if they can win tomorrow. I'm not sitting here telling you that 500 was the goal on this road trip, on this 10-game trip out of the All-Star break. However, considering you were sitting at 2-5 once on the road trip, if you're able to finish it at 500, enjoy an off day on Monday, and then come back home for what I would say are winnable games against the Rockies and Giants, wins, well, you might feel a little bit better about where this team is at. And the Padres got some help on the out-of-town scoreboard today as well. We will discuss all of that when we come back. Again, you're listening to the Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show on the Padres Radio Network. Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show continues here on the Padres Radio Network. Sam Levitt with you inside our San Diego studios as we continue to wrap this one up. Final score, Padres 7 and the Marlins 2, as the Padres have won the first two games of this three-game series in Miami. Still a lot to do. We'll head back to Miami, hear from Craig Stammen coming up in just a little bit. But right now, let's recap this one from start to finish.
Which moments determine the outcome of today's game? We'll paint you a picture with our game highlights on the Padres Radio Network.
Our starting pitching matchup today, Yuri Perez on the mound for the Marlins. Randy Vasquez starting the game for the Padres. After Perez began the game with a 1-2-3 inning, Randy Vasquez got in big trouble in the bottom half. He walked the first two batters he faced, but Vasquez managed to work out of it without allowing a run. Padres didn't score in the second despite a couple of hits. In the third, they would mount a two-out rally against Perez. Jake Cronenworth walked. Manny Machado a check swing double. There were two in scoring position for Ty France.
Ty swings, hits it over the head of Sanoja down the left field line, a base hit. Cronenworth trots home. Machado's right behind him. France is digging for second. The throw and the tag. He is out at second base, but both runs do score, and the Padres will take a 2-0 lead to the bottom of the third.
So Ty France strikes yet again. Padres a 2-0 lead, like Jesse said, going bottom three. Vasquez hit a batter, then gave up a single to put runners on first and third. That brought up the Marlins leadoff man, Otto Lopez.
1-2 pitch. is swung on, sent in the air to right center field. Merrill and Sheets both there. It'll be Sheets making the catch. Ruiz tagging at third on his way to throw. Gets through for Mean, who is then rolled up on by Ruiz. Throw to second is in time. Vasquez backing up, throws to second base and gets Marcy. So it's a double play with a run coming in to score.
Yeah, just your routine 7-1-6 double play. The run did score, made it a 2-1 game, but that wasn't the last time in this game the Marlins would run into an out on the bases. That felt like it cost them some momentum in an inning. Sears replaced Vasquez and struck out Kyle Stowers to end that third. From that point forward, the score stayed 2-1 Padres for a while. That was in large part because J.P. Sears was really good in this game. A 1-2-3 fourth inning. He stranded 2 on base in the fifth. He put together a 1-2-3 sixth inning. The only issue was that Eury Perez also settled in. He got the game to the seventh inning. Padres still up just 2-1. Jackson Merrill started the top of the seventh inning with a double. He moved to third base on a fly out from Luis Rengifo. Merrill on third base for Gavin Sheets.
And Sheets swings, pops it into left center field. Might be deep enough. Could be deep enough. Marcy coming on, makes the catch. Merrill tagging in the throw, way up the line in foul ground. A sac fly for Gavin Sheets, and the Padre lead is extended. It's 3-1.
Padres led 3-1 at the seventh inning stretch. Yuki Matsui retired the side in order in the bottom half of the inning. Left-hander Dax Fulton entered for the top of the eighth inning. Padres rallied again. He issued a leadoff walk to Jake Cronenworth. Jake stole second. That set things up for, guess who? Ty France.
And Ty swings, lines it up the middle into center and a base hit. Cronenworth is rounding third. He's on his way home. He will score, and another base hit for Ty France to bring home a run, and it's 4-1 in the eighth.
Padres weren't done. Jackson Merrill singled. Luis Rengifo walked to load the bases. That brought up Jace Bowen.
Swings here, lines it the other way. That's down, and a base hit for Bowen. Francis scored. Merrill's right behind him. Here's the throw, the tag. He's safe. A 2-run single the other way for Jace Bowen, and the Padre lead is 6-1.
Yeah, by the way, Bowen had come in defensively earlier in the game for the bottom half of the seventh inning. So, hey, Bowen's spot comes up in the lineup, delivers a 2-run base hit. Padres led 6-1 heading bottom eight. Matt Waldron gave up a run to make it 6-2. Top nine, Padres got the run right back. Fulton walked Fernando Tatis Jr. He went to second on a wild pitch. Jake Cronenworth at the plate.
Now the pitch, and Jake grounds it to the right side. That'll go through, and a base hit. Tatis is being waved. Ruiz will not throw home. An RBI single for Jake Cronenworth. And the Padres get an add-on run here in the top of the ninth inning. It's 7-2.
Matt Waldron stayed out there, pitched a 1-2-3 bottom half of the ninth inning, and that was that in this one. Final score, Padres 7 and the Marlins 2. Padres 7 runs, 11 hits, no errors. The Marlins 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. Winning pitcher today, J.P. Sears, really well-deserved. 3 1/3 scoreless innings for him. Eury Perez takes the loss. He was good. 7 innings, 3 runs given up on 7 hits. He drops to 5 and 8. Padres improved to 52 and 53. They've won 2 in a row, and the Marlins dropped to 52 and 53. They have dropped 11 consecutive games, and oh, by the way, they lose tomorrow, they will do something that the Marlins have never done in the history of their franchise, which is lose 12 in a row. So it is not going well for the Marlins whatsoever. Padres so far this weekend taking full advantage. When we come back, we'll hear from Padre manager Craig Stammen. That comes your way after this. Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show continues here on the Padres Radio Network. Sam Levitt with you inside our San Diego studios as we continue to wrap this one up. Final score today, Padres 7 and the Marlins 2, as the Padres have taken the first two games of this series in Miami. We appreciate you joining us on a gorgeous Saturday here in San Diego, overlooking Murphy Canyon right now in the 15. Traffic appears to be moving well. Bright blue skies, so I hope you're enjoying this late Saturday afternoon, and hope you have a great evening, everybody. I'm going to have a nice evening. Got some dinner plans. How about that? Little Saturday night dinner plans for your guys, Sammy Lev. Hey! Gonna have a good time. All right, Padres had a good time in this one today. Final score of 7-2. Like we said, one of the rare games as of late where it has really felt like everything was clicking at once, right? Offense today, 7 runs on 11 hits, timely hitting. Padres did a good job in this game with runners in scoring position, 5 for 11 with RISP. And the pitching, again, for a second straight day with essentially a bullpen game. The Padres are doing this differently right now, and it's pretty fascinating, right? We found out yesterday it wouldn't be J.P. Sears on the mound. It was going to be somebody else. We found that out actually after we went off the air yesterday. We find out this morning Randy Vasquez is going to start instead of Sears, and it worked out really well. I mean, Randy gave up 1 run in 2 2/3 innings. J.P. Sears, and this has been, I think, sort of an under-the-radar story. I mean, he's got a 3.86 ERA. He's done a really, really nice job in the major league so far this season, and by far and away his roughest start came on the windy night in Chicago. So I'm not making an excuse for that game, but it is interesting that the start where he really struggled was at Wrigley Field, and then you had Matsuya scoreless inning, Waldron 2 innings, 1 run given up. I mean, put it this way, the Padres gave up just 2 runs yesterday using 6 pitchers to get through it, to stitch together a win from a pitching standpoint. Today they gave up just 2 runs on 5 hits using 4 different pitchers. And I said this earlier, but you could look at it this way. If you're looking at Vasquez and Sears as a piggyback, they went a combined 6 innings in this game and gave up 1 run on 2 hits. So what the Padres essentially did today is they created a quality start out of 2 guys. And it is fascinating right now. I mean, I saw a video that AJ Cassavell put out for MLB.com on X a little bit earlier. And you know what he said? Something that I really agree with. Essentially, what the Padres seem to be doing right now is they seem to be rolling with a 2-man rotation, okay? Walker Buehler's going to start tomorrow. I would assume that Walker's going to be given every opportunity to go out there and have a traditional start and go deep into a game. Michael King's going to get that opportunity. But right now, aside from those 2 guys, it looks like, and I would kind of assume that, you know, Griffin Canning is going to be in this category as well with an opener or as a piggyback, however you want to put it. Right now, they may say, hey, we're going to try to roll with this bullpen and piece it together and find the matchups and find the lanes and sort of piece this thing together for the time being outside a couple of rotation spots. So is it something that is sustainable? I don't know. Is it something that has worked the last couple of days? Yes. So we'll see how it pans out in the days to come. But 2 days they've done it, 2 wins, and certainly the offense, the big swing by Rengifo yesterday, and the offense performing really nicely today, certainly a big help. With all that in mind, Padres win it 7-2. Let's go back to Lone Depot Park in Miami. Here's some post-game reaction.
Let's pull up a seat in the manager's office and hear from Padres skipper Craig Stammen. Served up by Sinley Food. If you've had better chicken, you must be a rooster.
How pleased are you with your pitching staff quilt these first couple of days?
Yeah, very good job. You know, they make our coaching staff look really good, make the bullpen coach, pitch coach look really good the way they pitched today. You know, threw a ton of strikes. You know, we're able to get the first guys out in innings. JP especially just pretty much dominated. And a little tough time in that 1 inning, but matched up really well against those guys that did his job. And then Yuki has a good inning, and Waldy's able to finish it out, you know, without us having to use Adrian and Mason.
How much did you have to veer off of playing, you know, the outs that you would count as any batters you would count, I should say?
Yeah, I think today was a little bit more on par. Randy's was kind of like at the top, some point at the top of the lineup, and it just worked out where we got the, double play, the weird double play, where we fly ball, guy scores, but we throw him out in second. So it made it easier for JP to come in with nobody on base. Kind of a clean thing right there with the lefty. We talked about Randy going longer, we talked about him going shorter, but that was we settled in that kind of area. And then JP, we're going to kind of let him take us to where we could get to the back end. And we felt like we were in a good spot with the back end. And Yuki did his job. We had it set up with Adrian and Mason. We just didn't need him today, which is nice.
How important is, you didn't need them today because the offense tacked on, and with this whole system, relievers kind of everyone at your disposal. How important is it that you get the offense when you need it? So you're not running those.
You're right. That's a big piece of this puzzle. Is you're essentially trying to prolong the game or keep it close for a longer period of time, so that the offense can find a way to score more runs. And you hope you give your offense more innings to score runs. You keep the game closer and have a chance to win. And that's what we've done the last 2 days. Can it happen every time? Probably not. But today they, figure out a way to get some runs off a really good starter, and then, when they brought in their bullpen, we were able to score even more.
Best version of Jackson when he feeds from the whole field.
Yeah, I would think so. I think we've all seen when he can go that left field, right over the shortstop, left center. Home runs to dead center field. That's the Jackson Merrill we all remember and want and love. So excited to see him have a good game like that today.
That was Padres manager Craig Stammen following this a 7-2 win for the Padres against the Marlins. Sam Levitt back with you on our postgame coverage brought to you by Jamul Casino Resort, the Players' Place. I do want to just touch on one thing that was discussed there, and that is another reason, beyond just putting up more runs and giving you a better chance to win a game, another reason why it was so important the Padres tacked on in this game. Remember, they only led 2-1 heading into the 7th inning. They got 1 in the 7th, 3 in the 8th inning, 1 in the 9th inning to push ahead 6-1, and then they were ahead 6-2, and then they made it 7-2. Again, they didn't have to use Morahone and Miller, and with the state of the Padres pitching staff, I think any win you can get right now without having to use those two guys is like an extra good win, for lack of a better term. It really is. I mean, because think about it this way, right? Let's say the Padres only stay ahead 2-1, 3-1. In fact, Morahone was warming up at one point. Let's say they only stay up by a run or two. I mean, then you're looking at a scenario where Morahone has pitched 2 straight days heading into to tomorrow. Miller has pitched 2 straight days heading into tomorrow. I mean, look, you hope Walker Buehler is going to be the Walker we saw in Atlanta, but we don't know that. And you could look at a situation where now you're dealing with a bullpen that has been used a lot in this series because you've had these, bullpen games, and you're looking at a scenario where Morahone and Miller have pitched 2 straight days. Now those guys should definitely be available tomorrow, and you feel like you're in a good spot with your bullpen, especially with your high leverage group. So very good job with the Padres today offensively. I do want to talk a little bit more about Jackson Merrill. We'll table that until we come back. Again, the final score, Padres 7 and the Marlins 2. Our postgame coverage continues after this. Jamul Casino Resort Padres postgame show continues here on the Padres Radio Network. Sam Levitt with you inside our San Diego studios. Final score today, Padres 7 and the Marlins 2. We'll have a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard coming your way in a little bit. If you want to get a phone call in on this Sunsplash Saturday here in San Diego, you can do that by dialing 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. The phone number to dial. Let's talk about today's relief pitcher of the game.
Which pitcher entered the game and slammed the door shut? This is today's relief pitcher of the game, brought to you by San Diego criminal defense attorney David P. Shapiro. We help good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime. Learn more at davidpshapirolaw.com.
Speaking of David P. Shapiro, I do want to show you, I've got my law offices of David P. Shapiro shaker bottle in the studio today. This is an amazing bottle. There you see the law offices of David P. Shapiro logo, just so you know, representing. What was this? Relief pitcher of the game. That's right. Forgot for a second. I got so involved with the water bottle. I love it so much. Okay. Relief pitcher of the game is simple today. See, hard for me to remember, but simple for me to say. JP Sears, no doubt about it today. 3 innings and a third scoreless. JP was really, really good today. I mean, really, really good. Comes in the third, strikes out Stowers, proceeds to then toss a 1-2-3 fourth inning, works around a couple of base runners in the fifth. Padres are only up by a run in that spot. I'll tell you what, that was a big, big spot in this game in the fifth because Padres are up 2-1. Ruiz and Marcy get on base. So you got runners on first and second. And then you've got Otto Lopez, who is slumping. But this guy came in hitting .330, and he rips up left-handed pitching. So I'll tell you what, in that moment, I'm like, this is not a good matchup here. You got runners on base. You got Lopez. You got a lefty Sears against him. And JP, got a fairly hard-hit ball, but right at Cronenworth, and the inning was over. That was a big moment, and then he comes back out for the sixth inning, 1-2-3 frame. So all in all, 3 1/3 scoreless innings today for JP Sears. Gives up just 1 hit, walks 1, and struck out 3. Again, a little under the radar, but Sears, aside from the outing at Wrigley Field in Chicago, has been really solid. I mean, let's just go through the outings here one by one. The first start he made in the major leagues this season, that was on June 24th. Not only was he good, 5 2/3 innings, 2 runs allowed, but if you remember that game, that was a game where the Padres bullpen was really short, and they needed not just effectiveness, but length out of Sears, and he gave it to him. Then he had the start in Chicago. It did not go well. 4 2/3 innings, 7 runs, 6 earned, 8 hits, gave up 3 home runs. However, you might remember that series. Wind was blowing out, and, that series was, for lack of a better term, a kinder term, a disaster for the Padres. Remember the last game of the series? I won't even tell you what the score was. So that game didn't go well. But since then, against LA at Dodger Stadium, 5 scoreless innings, 1 hit. Against Toronto, 4 innings and a third, 3 runs. But on this road trip, 5 innings, 1 earned run given up in Atlanta, and today 3 1/3 scoreless innings of relief. And again, what I liked about the strategy today is what the Padres essentially did between 2 quote-unquote starters. I mean, Randy's pitching out of the bullpen, but this guy's been a starter for this team for a while now. They essentially created a quality outing because Vasquez goes 2 2/3. Sears goes 3 1/3. They give up 1 run on 2 hits between them. That's 6 innings, 1 run. So essentially they created a quality start between the two and ended up working really well. So JP Sears, again, you think of him as a starter, but technically today, of course, he was a reliever. So JP, our relief pitcher of the game. Let's stay on the Jays. Let's talk about Jackson Merrill as we talk about the heart of the order.
Let's take the pulse of the Padres and check in on the heart of the order. Presented by Palomar Health Medical Group.
I said talk about Jackson Merrill. Somewhere Ty France is yelling at his radio saying, Jackson Merrill, what about me? I had 2 hits today and 3 RBIs. Heart of the order here today, very productive. Manny Machado had a hit, a run scored, double today. Ty France, another great day. 2 hits, 3 RBIs, had the big 2-run single in the third, had a big RBI single in the 8th inning. Then Jackson Merrill 3 hits today, 2 doubles, and 2 runs scored. So all in all, for the heart of the order, 6 hits, 3 RBIs, 4 runs scored. Very, very productive between Manny, Ty France, and Jackson Merrill. Look, we know with Ty France, he's been terrific. We'll get more into his numbers the last 13 games or so in the pregame tomorrow. You've been watching these games. I'm going to tell you how great Ty has been. I mean, he's getting into territory right now where if you had to vote on a team MVP right now on July 25th, I think Ty France is winning it, right? Who else? I think Ty France has been the MVP of this team. I think he's been this team's most important player. I mean, really. So we got plenty of time to talk about Ty. He's been terrific, and again today had some big hits. The reason I wanted to talk about Jackson is I just find it interesting. You know, he has shown, especially lately, there have been games where you just see the Jackson Merrill of 2024. And if Jackson can find a way to turn it from the flashes into the consistency we saw in 24, Jackson is not far away from looking like that guy again. And it's not just the numbers, the fact that he had 3 hits today. Go back and look at the 2 doubles he had. Going the other way, taking a pitch on the outer part of the plate and driving it to left field. You know, when Jackson's going right, and we've seen this throughout his career, he drives the ball with authority to left field, to left center. We saw that a lot today. We've seen it at times on this road trip. The key for Jackson right now is just doing it day after day. On this road trip, he had the 4 hits in Kansas City. That was after 2 offers in Kansas City. Then he has an offer in Atlanta. Then he has 2 hits apiece in 2 games in Atlanta. Then he takes a couple of offers, and then he has 3 hits today. The key has been, or what's been missing this year to me, is Jackson stringing the games together, right? It just feels like he hasn't gone on a tear for an extended week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But I'll tell you what, it feels like he's close. It really does feel that way. So hopefully today, more of a sign of things to come from Jackson Merrill. He was great. Ty France great today. And certainly a very big part of a 7-2 Padre win. When we come back, a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll wrap things up, get you ready for this series and road trip finale tomorrow. And we'll continue to break this one down. Final score again today, Padres win it in Miami 7-2 on the Padres Radio Network. Saturday afternoon turning into Saturday evening here in San Diego. Padres win it 7-2 against the Marlins in Miami. Padres will go for a series sweep in the series and road trip finale tomorrow. Don't forget, an off day on Monday, but the Padres finally return home on Tuesday. 2 games against the Colorado Rockies Tuesday and Wednesday, then a 4-game series against the Giants Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The final 6 games before the trade deadline, so will be a very interesting homestand to see how it all transpires. Remember, Padres haven't played at home in more than 2 weeks when they return home on Tuesday, so from before the All-Star break. So will be a lot of fun, a lot of good giveaways as well. Poncho giveaway on Tuesday night to the first 40,000 fans. They've got the bucket hat giveaway on Thursday night to the first 40,000 fans. So a lot of good stuff going on at Petco Park this week. Weather should be great, so look forward to seeing you at the ballpark again Tuesday through Sunday. 2 against Colorado, 4 against San Francisco, and of course you can go to Padres.com/tickets for all your ticketing needs and more information. Let's take a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard.
Let's take a trip around the bigs to highlight the scores that matter most with our out-of-town scoreboard. Presented by Jensen Premium Beef Patties. Always a hit for grilling.
We have a number of finals already today. The Blue Jays blanked the Red Sox 6-0 at Fenway. Dylan Cease, the former Padre, quite an outing. A complete game shutout, 1-hitter, 120 pitches today for Dylan Cease. Giants beat the Angels 9-2 in San Francisco. Rafael Devers, Jung-Hoo Lee hit 3-run homers in that game for San Francisco. Nationals beat the Diamondbacks 5-3 in D.C. C.J. Abrams a home run in that game, his 25th of the season. So good news in that the Padres will gain a game on Arizona. They came into today sitting in the wild card, the final wild card spot, so the Padres will be 3 games behind Arizona. Remember, Nationals are also trailing the D-backs actually in front of the Padres. So Nationals did pick up ground as well, picked up a game on Arizona with that win. Royals beat the Tigers 3-2 in Detroit. We've got a lot of games going on right now. Yankees ahead of the Phillies 3-1 in Philadelphia in the 8th inning. Rays lead the Guardians 3-0 in Tampa Bay in the 8th. The Cubs lead the Pirates 4-0 in Pittsburgh in the 6th inning. Orioles ahead of the Braves 1-0 in the 5th. The A's lead the Twins, or I should say, scoreless game in Minnesota in the 4th inning between the A's and the Twins. Brewers 3, Rockies 2 in the 5th inning in Milwaukee. Astros and the White Sox are scoreless in the 5th inning in Chicago. Dodgers 3, Mets nothing in the 4th inning in New York. Cardinals ahead of the Reds 1-0 in St. Louis in the 5th inning. And finally, the Rangers lead the Mariners 5-0 in Arlington in the 3rd. And that is a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard on this Saturday. Final score again in Miami today, Padres 7, Marlins 2. Let's hear today's play of the game.
One bounce, one hit, one pitch can be the difference between victory and defeat. What was the most important play in today's game? This is today's play of the game. Presented by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating and Air, Restoration and Flood. We know how.
And Ty swings, lines it up the middle into center and a base hit. Cronenworth is rounding third. He's on his way home. He will score, and another base hit for Ty France to bring home a run, and it's 4-1 in the 8th.
Another big-time moment for Ty France. Big 2-run base hit to that was the second hit that France had. So RBI single in the 8th inning. That made it a 4-1 game. Gave the Padres some breathing room, which was nice to see. Ty France with 2 more hits today and 3 more RBIs. He continues to be, again, I would say this team's MVP, and he's been very, very, very good as of late. In particular, Ty France, that RBI single in the 7th inning, or excuse me, the 8th inning. Our play of today's game. As always, our post-game coverage has been brought to you by Jamul Casino Resort. Hey, player, the rooftop pool's open, day passes are available, and the spa is calling your name. Jamul Casino Resort, the player's place. Looking ahead to tomorrow, the final game of this 3-game series and this road trip, 10-game road trip finishes up in Miami. We've got Padres and pancakes for you tomorrow morning as the Padres will go for a 3-game sweep of Miami. First pitch tomorrow at 10:40 a.m. here on the West Coast, and our pregame coverage will begin at 9:40. Right-hander Walker Buehler on the mound for the Padres tomorrow. Right-hander Jansen Junk on the mound for Miami. As always, if you missed any portion of our post-game coverage, you can go back and listen to all of it on the Inside San Diego Baseball podcast, available on the free Odyssey app or wherever you find your podcasts. If you would rather go back and watch any portion of our post-game coverage as well, you can go back and watch on the 97.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Taking a look at the final totals in the middle game of this series here today. For the Padres, 7 runs, 11 hits, no errors. They left on 5. For the Marlins, 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors. They left on 4. Winning pitcher today, J.P. Sears, who improves to 3-3. Losing pitcher, Eori Perez, who drops to 5-8. Time of game, 3 hours and 15 minutes. And the crowd at Lone Depot Park in Miami, Florida, 22,319. Once again, first pitch tomorrow, bright and early at 10:40 a.m. Our pregame coverage begins at 9:40. Until then, for our great studio coordinator, Kyle Ovenshire, I'm Sam Levitt saying so long from inside our San Diego studios. Again, the final score today, the San Diego Padres 7 and the Miami Marlins 2. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning on the Padres Radio Network. Have a fantastic rest of your Saturday.